Hey everyone, Peyton Snaback here again for another DVD and Blu-ray update for you guys. I know it's been about a month since my last one. I try my best to get some done. I got 8 movies here to talk about, 6 Blu-rays, 2 DVDs. All are ones I'm going to keep. One of them coming from RLJE Entertainment, one of them being from Via Vision Entertainment. Anyway, as usual, I'm going to start off with the Blu-rays and then the DVDs. Now these first two ones here, these are ones I actually went to go see in theaters, and this one right here, I wasn't originally going to go see in theaters, but I'm so glad I did because I really enjoyed this one. And it was one of Ray Lolita's last movies before he passed away. I think he did two or three more after this, but it was a movie here called Cocaine Bear here on Blu-ray, and what's crazy is some of this actually really happened. That's really crazy that some of it was based on a true story, but it's mainly about like this bear. It mainly had to do with like these drugs that fall off or just cocaine that falls off this airplane, and a black bear ends up finding it and starts like eating eating this pack of cocaine like crazy, and it's basically the bear gets high from the cocaine, and it starts going on like a crazy rampage. That's mainly what it is. But I really enjoyed this one. Really crazy gore effects in this one. You know, I I actually just had a blast with it. I just remember seeing this in the theaters. Everyone was like cracking up laughing. I thought it was really fun. And Ray Lolita was great in this, kind of like playing like the main kind of like drug dealer kind of like guy. But for feature wise, get an alternate ending, get some deleted and extended scenes, and a gag reel on here. But I highly recommend this one. If you guys have seen this one, definitely check it out. Um, the next one here I got, this is one. It's the new M Night Shyamalan movie, and this is one of those ones. It was kind of confusing, but I just rewatched it just a few moments ago. And it's really kind of like a lot better. It wasn't that I hated it. It was just kind of like but I actually do like it just as much now, or a little bit better now. But it's a movie here called The Knock at the Cabin here on Blu-ray. It's the brand new M Night Shyamalan movie, and of course, if you guys don't know, I love M Night Shyamalan. He's probably one of my favorite directors. And I can't wait for his next. I always get excited for his next movies. Especially the next one. His next movie, I forgot what it was called, but I know it had to do with like a missing little girl or something. So I'm definitely am interested in seeing that. The only movies that he did that I did not like was The Last Airbender and After Earth. Those were ones. Those didn't really feel like his kind of movies. But this movie mainly has to do with it stars Dave Batista, who was a wrestler back in the day, and Rupert Grint was in this one as well, from the Harry Potter franchise. And it's mainly these four people break into this cabin, and they're claiming and this little girl's also she has two fathers, and they break into this cabin where this family's at, and they tie him up, and they're claiming that there's going to be an apocalypse and like these bad things are going to happen, and they have to like kill each person every now and then to before it's too late, and you're kind of like wondering, like, are they for real or are they actually crazy, or like you're kind of like trying like wonder if they're like actually just mentally insane. But I for what it was, I actually did enjoy this one. But on here though, for feature wise, you get deleted scenes, get quite a few behind the scenes featurettes and stuff. Yeah, but that is Knock at the Cabin here on Blu-ray. All right, the next one here I got. I really love this TV show. I always loved all the movies. I even liked the Seed of Chucky as well. But this is the brand new Chucky Blu-ray, Chucky season 2 here on Blu-ray, which of course there is going to be a season 3. And this is kind of like when it gets into like all the craziness. Kind kind of like bringing the Tiffany character back and the Glenn character back. I really like how crazy it's getting now. It's kind of like getting into more of the craziness again. But with this season right here, if you haven't seen this, it's this season has to do with it takes place 6 months later after the events of season one, and it's some of the kids now they end up like getting arrested, and they end up going to this kind of like so it's like Catholic like jail or something. Not like a jail, but kind of like a Catholic like school, um, boarding school, and because of a murder of a little boy that happened that of course Chucky did, and it's them at the school, and and of course Chucky somehow comes there and it's kind of like causing mayhem and mischief at the school, and it's kind of like what goes on, and like kind of like his legacy, and um, the Glenn the character comes back. The Tiffany character's back in this. Pretty much a lot of the cast members are back. Christina Lace plays Kyle, and the Andy character's back. Um, I don't know. I really did enjoy this one. And, what's his name? Devin Sawa plays like 'cause, he was in the first season, and in this one he's playing like the headmaster of the school, and it's always kind of weird too with these newer Chucky movies. Like you get all these other characters playing different characters. They're like they had the one guy who played the doctor in Cult of Chucky, and then he came back in season one playing like the father, and then the one cop from Curse of Chucky ended up playing like a mentally insane person in Cult of Chucky. So it's always kind of weird because I'm always kind of wondering if he has what kind of budget this guy has, what Don Mancini has. I don't know. I'm just very very curious about that. But on here though, you just get some deleted scenes, which are not very many deleted scenes, just like two or three. That's about it. But that is that here on Blu-ray. The next one here I got. I just watched this one a few nights ago. This was one I wanted to go see in theaters, but unfortunately, it never went to a theater around, at least around here in Delaware. And I'm kind of, in a sort of way, I'm kind of glad I didn't, because I did kind of get bored with this. But it was the movie. It was the Children of the Corn remake here on Blu-ray. This is actually the third adaptation. The first remake came out in 2009, which was actually a TV movie. When you think about that one, I actually did enjoy that one a little bit better. I mean, I kind of liked it because Alexa Nicholas from Zoe 101 was in it. And this one right here, I don't know. I thought it was all right. I mean, it's slow, but then it kind of like picks up like 50 or 40 minutes into the movie. It kind of like picks up later on. But it was just kind of like them kind of like remaking the whole thing. That's mainly what it was. I don't know. I thought this one was all right. But feature-wise, you just get deleted scenes. And what's pretty crazy, too, is, and I don't know why, but some Walmarts were not, like I know what some of my favorite YouTubers, they went to Walmart, and they didn't find the Blu-ray of this. They just had the DVD. But my Walmart surprisingly did. Mine, there's two Walmarts I live near, and they surprisingly had the Blu-ray copy, and it was only $12.99. So, yep, that is the new Children of the Corn here on Blu-ray. This next one right here, this one is actually a bootleg. I was kind of like trying to find like a DVD copy of it, but I only found a Blu-ray, and it's not really in kind of like Blu-ray quality. It's just kind of like in standard definition. They just kind of like put it on here because they just put them on Blu-ray because like you put like a lot of like stuff on Blu-ray more than you can with DVDs. But it's Beavis and Butthead, the complete series here on Blu-ray. And I got this from a site called Asuka the Blu-ray Dog. But it's black on the back. It's a 2-disc set as well. But of course, the only main reason I got this one was because like there's been quite a lot of episodes that were never released on DVD, and of course like ones that were never released on those best of DVDs and the volume DVDs. So there was quite a lot, and some of the episodes that they never put on DVD, they were actually kind of fun watching. And of course, this one it does have, of course, the revival or the first revival. It doesn't have like the one that Paramount Plus has out, but it has the revival that came out years ago, and it also has the Beavis and Butthead Do America movie on here as well. So and what's cool too is they actually have some of the old school music videos that they did on MTV back in the day. So that's kind of neat that they actually included them on here. But but kind of a great set. It's in like a skinny kind of like a Blu-ray case. But I I've always liked Beavis and Butthead. Now the last one here on Blu-ray I have, and this is from Viavision. It says Region B, but it's actually a Region Free release. I really like Viavision because I like some of these kind of like trilogy or these box sets they put out. But it's the Ginger Snaps trilogy here on Blu-ray. And of course, what's cool about this is the first movie was put out on Blu-ray in the U.S. from Screen Factory, but 2 and 3 isn't. And let me show you a little look in here. Of course, you get it in this kind of like thick, kind of like a Blu-ray, clear Blu-ray case. All 3 of the movies are on its own disc. I really like all these movies. Catherine Isabel, Emily Perkins, they're just amazing people. But of course, if you haven't seen these movies, the first one was mainly, it was Catherine Isabel's character like gets bitten by like a wolf, and she kind of like turns into like a werewolf, and she's kind of like changing by the second. And the second one has to do with Emily Perkins' character, her getting sent to this institution, and she's kind of like changing too, and kind of like the stuff that happens in the institution. The third one was kind of like a prequel, and it kind of like took place in like the 15 or the 1800s. But all 3 of the movies were actually pretty cool. You get a lot of features on here too. But definitely, if you haven't seen these ones, definitely check it out. Like I said, this is actually a region free release. So what that means is they'll work in a regular Blu-ray player, no problem. But there's some other stuff I want to try to get from Viavision as well. Some other sets. I want to try to get the Messengers set, because I know the first Messengers is on Blu-ray, the second one isn't. And I really wanted to I kind of regret not getting it now, because I can't find the damn thing anywhere. The Urban Legend set, because the first 2 are on Blu-ray, but part 3 isn't. So, and hopefully maybe at some point, maybe they'll put out maybe a Vacancy Part 1 and 2, or Vacancy box set, or the I Know What You Did Last Summer box set. That would be pretty neat. But yeah, that is Ginger Snaps here on Blu-ray. All right, now onto the DVDs. The first one on DVD is it's this triple pack right here. It includes Like Mike 2, and Rebound. I only mainly got it because the first Like Mike is in this, which is the only movie I really cared about. The second Like Mike was kind of like a direct-to-video sequel, so it really just had nothing to do with the first one. I know that had Kel Mitchell, Brett Kelly was in that one. It was mainly, and the main character was the guy, that kid from Big Mama's House. But the first Like Mike, that was mainly took place in an orphanage, and it was a little Bow Wow, his character, him and his friend, his name Jonathan Lipnicki, who I did actually meet a few years ago. It's them at this like orphanage, and they end up sneaking into this this basketball game, and little Bow Wow's character ends up being he ends up getting to play with basketball with this basketball player, and he ends up finding these shoes, and the shoes that he wears end up turning him into this kind of like big basketball player, having him do all these like crazy stuff. That's mainly what it is, and he kind of like hangs out with the basketball player and becomes friends with him. Such a great movie. I just remember growing up with that one. And Rebound, that one was an okay one with Martin Barnes. I thought that one was alright. The last one here I have a DVD copy. I've been hearing that the Blu-ray, or the first Blu-ray that came out of this movie, actually went out of print. And really, when you look it up, it's only worth like only $10. So but I'll probably get it on eBay. I don't know. We'll see if FYE has it. But it's the movie The Guest here on DVD, which a movie I actually really enjoyed. I mean, it has to do with this guy. I think Dan Stevens. It's Dan Stevens' character. He ends up showing on like basically out of nowhere to this family's house, and he claims that he's like a friend of this woman's son who had passed away, and and everything goes right at first, but then you get to know that there's kind of like something not right about him, and you kind of like figure out what goes on like later on in the movie. But I thought this one was neat. Adam Wingard was the director of this one. I don't know. I would definitely check it out. I actually really enjoyed it though. But yeah. But that is it for this DVD and Blu-ray update. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.